Hello guys, today we're going to be reviewing the 1988 Chrysler 5th Avenue. This car has a 318 cubic inch engine, V8, and it's 207 inches long. Nowadays standards, it's a boat. And I know for a fact when I'm driving it, it swings, it's really hard to use it, but you look right over that when you feel the ride quality. It literally floats. You can feel the suspension and it floats. And it's Chrysler. You gotta love it. Other things about the car is it's about 72 inches in width. Really great. It has a great feel when you're driving it around the road. And it's not as old as other luxury cars like the Cadillacs and everything, but it has the same feel. So let's take it for a drive. We're gonna get going now. So, the car does have a nice amount of power to it. The steering, obviously being a luxury car, is jelly, but I'm not looking to do any slaloms with this car. It's definitely way more oriented to be doing your basic driving down a highway and feeling like you're sitting on a couch at home, which it does perfectly. For the price you can get one of these for, you can definitely have a really great ride for like a first car if you're willing to deal with the size. It is very big, and it has your typical American car problems, the Chrysler issues where the engines get gummy and you start to lose, the valve covers start leaking a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. They're American cars, they're easily fixable, and it's just really great to drive. Little bitty problems. The seat belts actually don't retract the way you would think. When you open the door, they fully retract, but I know a trick with all Chryslers. If you go like this, you end up retracting anyway. But sometimes when I like lean forward, it gets stuck right here, and you just sling it back. Other than that, there's a bit of a squeak in the back end with the exhaust pipe wiggles back and forth. That's easily fixable. There's a bit of rust in it. There is a hole in the trunk with rust, but I mean, it is old. You can't really overlook stuff like that with your cars, but I have to say it is pretty good for how old it is. And if you look at me now, the steering wheel's cocked to the left just a tiny bit. The steering alignment is off like a considerable amount, so I have to hold the steering wheel to the left just a little bit while we drive down the road to get it to go straight. It's very quiet. It's a very quiet car for how old it is. But when you're actually driving it, it's got a little bit of its squeaks and everything like that. The squeaks and rattles of an old car, but window motors are the next problem with the car. I know that. The window motors are the next problem. Because the window motor over here, when you go to bring it down, it goes down fine, but when you're coming back up with it, it starts to grind and mesh, and it's not very good. Other than that, it's got a 2-barrel carburetor. The only way you can get a 4-barrel carburetor is if you're up in the higher altitude areas. You can get a 4-barrel version of the car, but the 2-barrel does perfectly fine in this car. It gives a nice, smooth, luxurious ride. Definitely, it's fun for the driver, really, and the passengers. You sit in here and it just feels like you're sitting on a couch at home watching TV. It's absolutely amazing. The power steering is old-fashioned lanyard. You could take the pinky test on it. You could do a full K-turn with just your pinky. It's definitely a lanyard. Doing K-turns, though, is a whole nother story. You actually have to pretty much know what you're doing while you're driving this car to actually do a good turn with it. But other than that, it's pretty easy to judge, and it's, like I said, a really amazing ride for how old the car is and how many problems that it had when we first got it. It's not nearly as bad a shape as people getting their Honda Civics and their other cars that ride like shit, and then they are rusted out as well. This one, even though it's a little bit rusty, oh my god, it rides like no car can compare to how this rides nowadays. No new car. They just don't make cars like this because every car has to pass a slalom test, brake test, how well the car handles in a tight turn. You know what I mean? They have to do the lane passing test. This car would definitely fail all those, and like car magazines would like mock the hell out of it nowadays. But it's just, the thing is, you need to drive it to know what it is. It's never gonna make any records. It's never gonna do anything that's like impressive by any means, but when you drive it, it just feels like a luxury car. Thank you guys for watching today. And if you like that, and like the video, if you want to watch more of this channel, subscribe. Have a great day.